Breaking crypto news. I got a video for you guys. I wanted to come out and talk about Bitcoin today because we're seeing Bitcoin wick from 97,000, on some exchanges even $98,000. We're seeing some relief happen throughout these markets. And in the crypto space, on crypto Twitter, on crypto YouTube, across social media, it's very quiet. It's very, very quiet. And I want to tell you about what I'm thinking where Bitcoin could be going in 2025, because there's a lot of different scenarios here. And I think that we're going to be really figuring out where we're headed. Really, I was saying this week, and we're starting to see that. We're seeing closures above 94,500, which was my pivot point that I've been talking about for a while. We're closing above that, guys. And that is very, very important because it creates less of a chance of seeing a lower high and more of a chance of us setting up to be basically testing new all-time highs and putting in a double top, if not going a little bit further into the end of 2025 to maybe that $120,000 to $150,000 price level of Bitcoin. I think that those are kind of my max levels for this cycle. When we're talking about 4-year cycles, I think 150,000 would kind of be the peak in my opinion. But that being said, things can change. This market has really matured. Cryptocurrency as a whole has really matured and it's starting to get really adopted. We are in true adoption now. You're seeing governments onboarding, they're buying. States are increasing their positions on Bitcoin. Larger companies are buying Bitcoin. And on top of that, I saw something today that was quite fascinating. It's a big, big deal here, guys. The Federal Reserve, right? We've been talking about quantitative easing, quantitative tightening for a while now, and how it's so important to create a risk-on asset favorable environment to see Bitcoin and altcoins really make a move. Because right now, guys, Bitcoin dominance, it's at all-time highs. Alts are making like some relief, but it's really not much. Like it is not. I will not call it an altcoin season. That's for sure. But the Federal Reserve, I read something today. They came out with a little infograph, and they are expecting not one, not two, not three, but four interest rate cuts in 2025. Now, are they going to be 0.25 or 0.5 or even 1% each time? Time will tell. But interest rate cuts are very important. It's very important to create a risk-on asset favorable environment, guys. It's very important. Right now, interest rates are so high. We need a lower interest rate climate to make money more free, more accessible for people to be able to buy more houses, to spend more money. They need to be getting taxed less, I'll put to you that way, especially like retail investors. And you need retail investors to drive the market up, to drive those altcoins up. Now, whether that's a meme coin or an actual coin that has true utility, which there's not many, guys. There's not many. I would say there's probably 0.0001% of the coins that actually have true utility. While 10% of them claim they do have utility, I think that only a fraction of a percentage actually do have utility. Will go up. And I think that we really need to see retail investors feel more comfortable moving their money over into risk-on assets. And when the Fed starts to cut these rates, if we see 4 interest rate cuts, oh my gosh, that would be so beautiful. And on top of that, I believe that we'll start to see quantitative easing on top of that. And you couple that with all these tariffs, right? All this tariff, we're on a 9-day pause right now. There's lots of negotiating going on right now. There's not really much talk about it right now in the mainstream media. I see it affecting a lot of different businesses, that's for sure. In real life, outside of our echo chamber we call crypto, I see it affecting a lot of different businesses, especially mainly the businesses that have to buy stuff from China, which is a lot. Guys, we import so much stuff. If you're a U.S. citizen, really, if you're anywhere in the world, you know how much is imported from China. They import so many goods. But besides in the real day life, in the real world, outside the crypto echo chamber, the tariffs are not really being talked about that much anymore. I think because it's like the 90-day pause and everyone's like, okay, well, we're on a pause. Let's hope the market digests this. Because I think that there's a good chance here that we see Bitcoin making big, big moves for the rest of 2025. And I will say there's definitely also a good chance that we see a lower high. But as Bitcoin goes higher here, above 88,000, $94,000. We wicked all the way up to $98,000 in some exchanges. The likelihood of putting in a lower high and it not being a bullish reversal becomes less and less likely. So right now, guys, I am bullish. I am sniffing out long positions. I have some long positions on XRP and Bitcoin right now. If you guys do want to take advantage of this volatility, check out in the description box below or pin comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign bonus to Blowfin if you guys want to do some leverage trading as well. Profit on the way up, profit on the way down. That's what you can do with Blowfin. So feel free to check that out, guys. But right now I am leaning towards the idea that we probably see continuation to the upside because it's so quiet. It's so quiet. I really like to pay attention to how loud the market is when the price is at certain thresholds. And at $98,000, the market doesn't seem that loud. Crypto Twitter seems pretty quiet. So I think there's a high likelihood, there's a higher likelihood, let me put it to you that way, that we go up higher to 100,000 and start to make our way to new all-time highs throughout 2025 than it is that we are putting in like a dead cat bounce here. Now, is that possible? Yeah, it's possible to bring a dead cat bounce in here, but I think that right now, based on the overarching market, based on the traditional market, Q1 earnings, pretty good for stocks. It's going to continue to pull crypto up with it, make retail investors and institutions feel a little bit more safe to have money not on the sidelines and put into risk on assets. I think that we are looking for continued relief into May, and I think by the end of May, we're really going to know if this is a lower high or the beginning of a bullish reversal. Guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Follow me at 333blacksea on Twitter. I'm very active over there. I post news, different articles that's going on. And that's all I got, guys. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.